Hi, my name is Simeon Godwin, and I'm going to be talking about my project on detecting AI-generated content. To start off with some background, my initial question was, what's the best model for detecting AI-generated text? Would it be a simpler approach like logistic regression, or would a complicated neural model like a transformer work better? So this project basically explores the advantages and disadvantages of both. The actual data set I got from Kaggle, it was the Detect AI-generated text data set. Has about 29,000 essays. Some were written by students, and then the others were written by large language models. And the data basically contains two columns, one with the actual essay, and then the other with a label indicating how it was written. Just to do some exploratory data analysis, um, here's a bar chart showing the number of each category. As you can see, there are a few thousand more student-generated essays than AI-generated essays. And then these word clouds on the right kind of show the commonly used words in each category of essay. So to pre-process the data, I shuffled the data because it came ordered by each category at first, and then I used about 85% of this data as my training data and the rest for validation and testing. To start off with the logistic regression approach, I vectorized the data using TF-IDF vectorizer, which we were familiar with from class. It basically assigns higher weights to terms that appear less frequently across all the documents. And this kind of reduces the noise that's caused by commonly appearing words in text data. So the actual results of the model, I tested different threshold values for the probability to assign a classification with, and I saw that the range of zero point 0.4 to zero point 0.6 kind of gave the lowest prediction error. So yeah, with that, I got an accuracy of about 98.5% on the test data, which is pretty good. Moving on to the transformer model. So for some background on transformers, they use this mechanism of attention to assign tokens um, with weights relative to all the other tokens in the text, and it kind of simulates this contextual understanding for models, and this helps it pick up on nuances in language and perform well on NLP tasks in general. So this is the actual implementation of the transformer that I used. Started off with an embedding layer, which basically adds positional information to the tokens, gives it to this transformer block, which has multiple layers within it. It has that multi-headed attention, which does what I mentioned earlier, some normalization, and then the dropout layers, which help prevent overfitting. And then it gives it to the dense output layer at the end. So yeah, the performance of the model was pretty good. Um, just two epochs of training, it had less than 1% error, already outperforming the logistic regression model. Now, I want to talk about something a little bit outside of the models themselves, but bypassing AI checkers. So I had a new question. So, do common methods of bypassing AI checkers work on these models? Um, I know that AI checkers are pretty commonly used to catch AI-generated essays, and some students have methods of using AI further to kind of reword their essays and get them past these checkers. So I decided to prompt ChatGPT to generate essays in the style of a college student's writing. And then I took these generated essays and fed them into this rewording tool, AI tool called rewordingtool.ai. I wanted to use a better one or better rewording tool, but most of them were paid. So I didn't really have the chance to do that. And then the actual performance of the models. So both models had 100% accuracy on these new data sets of 10 essays classifying them all as AI generated. But that wasn't super surprising to me since reading the essays that came out kind of was still obvious that they were AI generated. But I kind of just wanted to see how far I'd have to go to uh, actually fool these models. So I took these already reworded essays, gave them to Microsoft Copilot, asked it to reword them. Then I took what I got from Copilot and gave it to Google Gemini, asked it to reword it. I wanted to see if like multiple rounds of rewording uh, would be effective enough to fool the models. But same outcome. Uh, Models still had 100% accuracy. So yeah, pretty hard to fool, I guess. Uh, in conclusion, just for some further exploration, I looked at some popular AI checkers, and gave it. these reworded essays to them, and I got the same outcome. Found them all as AI generated. Uh, I'm assuming that all of these LLMs are based on transformer architecture because that's kind of most common with the method of doing it. So for some key takeaways, both logistic regression and transformers are pretty viable as AI checkers. Logistic regression was less time intensive, but transformers were really accurate. Both models seem really hard to fool, and transformers seem more popular in implementations of LLMs today. And yeah, I guess the key takeaway is beware of AI checkers. I know this doesn't apply to any of us, of course, but yeah, they seem pretty good to me. Yeah, thank you.